जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
WhyGuru Ji Ka Khalsa, WhyGuru Ji Ki Fateh. Sangha Ji, thank you all for coming. I know it's been a while since me and you guys have had a chat. So today we're going to be finishing off the Ardaas course, going out with a banger, so to speak. And I just want to say thank you guys for sort of sticking with us throughout the whole year. It really means a lot to us as speakers to see you guys and see familiar faces here. So thank you so much. As usual, let's start off with the Moon Mantra and let's do this together. Ik oankar satnam karta purkh nirbhau nirvair akal murat ajuni saipang gur prasad jap ad sach jugad sach hai pi sach nanak hosi pi sach Ad sach jugad sach hai pi sach nanak hosi pi sach. Tudhi aage ardaas hamari jiyo pind sab tera kahu nanak sab teri vadiyai koi na jane mera. Tudhi aage ardaas hamari. WhyGuru Ji, this is my prayer to you. Jio Pinda Sab Tera. Everything I am, my mind, my body, my soul, everything I am is yours, WhyGuru Ji. Kahu Nanak Sab Teri Vadiyai. Says Guru Nanak Dev Ji, this is all your Vadiyai, WhyGuru Ji. You're the greatest. Koi nao na jane mera. You're so great that may no one even know my name. May no one even know that I exist. The reason we're going to start with this Shabad is because while I was preparing for this talk, this exact Shabad came up so many times over and over again, and it really links everything together nicely. So I thought we'll start off with it, and then in a minute or two you'll see how it ties in with what we're going to talk about today. So in this part of the Ardaas, we say Sikhanda Mananiva. May the Sikhs be blessed with humility. So my first question to you guys is, if we want to walk a path of humility, what are we trying to get away from? Any ideas? There's an opposite to humility. What are we trying to get away from? When we say Sikhanda Mananiva, what are we not saying in that sentence? What are we trying to get away from? Any ideas? Hanji? Ego, yes, spot on. We are trying to get away from this ego. This ego is that thing that's stopping us from realizing who we truly are. So for example, if I go through my whole life believing that my name is just Manpreet Singh and I'm just this body and I'm nothing more than that, then the ego has won. I haven't realized who I truly am. And if we look at the nature of ego, ego is very expansive, right? It wants to get bigger. So for example, when someone's ego is getting boosted, we say you're giving them the pump. Right? Or you young'uns like to say, yeah, you're gassing someone up, right? Gassing them up. Even when we act out of anger, right? Anger is a part of ego. We tend to get louder. Because for some reason we think that by talking louder, our point is more valid and we're going to win. So that's the nature of ego. And the opposite is humility. Now humility, that's like water. You know when you pour water into anything really, it always finds the bottom. It always goes to the bottom. And this is the nature of humility. It's the complete opposite of ego. So, Kahu Nanak sab teri vadiyai. Right? We're moving away from the ego, that Maharaj, you are great, not me. Koi nao na jane mera. May no one even know my name. Ego says, I want to be famous, I want everyone to know my name. Humility says, may no one know my name. Now, on one side, we've got a lie. Okay, so this ego that we've all got, unfortunately, it's a lie in itself, isn't it? Because it's stopping us from realizing who we really are. Humility gets us to the truth. Now, I want you guys to think about this. When we lie, I'm sure no one here lies, I'm the only one, so let's just say when Manpreet Singh lies, what is he trying to protect? There's a reason why Manpreet Singh lies. He's trying to protect something. Any ideas? Yes. He's trying to? Not the truth. He's not trying to protect the truth. He's trying to protect something else. Hanji? Yes. He's trying to protect himself. He's trying to protect the ego. Now let's look on the other side. You know when we tell the truth, has anyone heard someone say, the truth hurts? Anyone heard that before? Show of hands? Anyone heard that before? Right, everyone, brilliant. The truth hurts, right? When we hear a truth, I know for me, it happens often when I take a hukamnama from Maharaj. When I get a direct message from Maharaj. I'm expecting something nice and sweet, and it's like a slap around the face. But it's true. Now that truth hurts, but it's not a physical pain. What's being hurt in that moment? When we say the truth hurts, what is it actually hurting of us? Hanji. Yes, it's hurting the self again, right? So this is all linked in. The truth, the self, the ego, lies. So when we say Sikana Mananiva, we're talking about walking a path of truth. That gets us to Mat Uchi, this next part of the Ardaas. So we walk a path of truth, and then we get high morals. So, for example, we become compassionate. Right? We live by the truth. We tell the truth. Now, we can't get to a status of high morals if our man isn't niva. Right? So there's a very specific reason why these things come in this order in the Ardaas. So, for example, if I was to say I'm compassionate, I can't truly be compassionate if I love myself more than anyone else, right? My man isn't niva enough. So we have to go low in order for our thinking, our mat, to be high. Right? This is how Sikhi works. This is how our Guru works. Now, there was once a king called Raja Shivnabh, right? He was the king of Sri Lanka. And he met a Gursikh called Bhai Manpreet, a great Gursikh of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And Bhai Manpreet would spend his whole time telling the king of how great Guru Nanak Dev Ji is. Right? Sharing their Gurbani, telling them Sakya about Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and the king literally, just by hearing about Guru Nanak Dev Ji, falls in love. And he starts doing an Ardaas. He starts literally crying for Maharaj. That Guru Nanak Dev Ji, when am I going to meet you? You spent so much time with Bhai Manpreet Ji, when are you going to come and meet me? The king eventually got his itcha, got his desire, what he did Ardaas for. He went to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji. But it didn't go down the way he expected. You see, the king, when he met Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he said, I want to give you something, but I want to give you something that's befitting of a king. Right? I'm a king. So I want to give you something that reflects my status. Right? I would probably think the same if I'm being completely honest with you guys. And I was meeting Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So he says, Maharaj, this whole kingdom you see around you, I'm going to give it to you. Expecting Maharaj to be really impressed, right? And as you can imagine, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, you can't give me your kingdom, and I'm not interested in it anyway. And the king's like, how can I not give you my kingdom? He says, look, the only reason you've got this is because you inherited it when your father died. And he got it when his father died. So you're just going to pass it on to your lineage when you die. It's not actually yours. You don't actually own it. I imagine at this point, the king's ego was probably a little bit hurt. Not that Maharaj was being horrible, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's just telling the truth, right? And at this point, it was probably hurting Raja Shivnabh. So the king thinks to himself, he goes, right, I've got it. Maharaj, I'll give you my whole body. this whole body of mine, I'll give it to you. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, this body of yours is temporary. It's not going to stay around. You're going to die. It's going to turn to ash one day. What am I going to do with your body? You can't give me your body. The Raja thinks of one last thing. He goes, I'll give you my name. That's all I've got left. I'll give you my name, Guru Maharaj. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Raja Shivnabh, your name means Shivji's belly button. So are you going to give me Shivji's belly button? And the Raja's like, no. So he goes, you can't even give me that either. So what good is your name? Now the Raja is thinking to himself, right, what else can I give? And he's thinking to himself, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, stop right there. This I you keep saying, I will give you my kingdom, I will give you my body. This I you keep saying, just give me that. That's all I want. I just want your ego. In that moment, the king fell to his feet and he said to Guru Maharaj, everything is yours. Ardaas hamari, jio pind sab tera. Everything of mine is yours. My mind, my body, my soul, everything of me is yours now, Guruji. I didn't realize this is what you wanted. At that moment, Guru Maharaj actually blessed the king with Brahmgyan, the highest spiritual state. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they say themselves in their Bani, Nicha andar neech jada, nichi hu at neech. That Guru Nanak Dev Ji seeks the company of the lowest of the low. Right? Not even the low people that people don't like, but even the lowest of the low that people don't even know about. They're the people that Guru Nanak Dev Ji wants to hang around with. So if we want to meet Guru Nanak Dev Ji, then we've got to go low. Sikana mananiva. Now, like I said, the king probably got his ego hurt, but he wasn't a bad person, right? He wasn't bad. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji wasn't trying to be horrible. They just told the truth. To bring the king's man, niva, sikana man niva, bring him low. And Guru Maharaj came themselves, remember, to save the king. Just like they came themselves to save us, right? We didn't know any of this until Guru Maharaj came. So this is why we say, Matada Raka Aap WhyGuru. That WhyGuruji, you yourself provide and protect this state of mind of the Sikhs. You do it. We can't do it. Once we say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to be compassionate, then I've already fallen into the ego. Maharaj, you do it. You bless us. Kirpa karo Maharaj. This game of Sikhi is the only game in the world where you have to lose, you know where I'm going with this, to win. You have to lose to win. We have to lose our ego, and what do we win? Our Guru. The king fell on the floor and lost everything. Everything that he was, he gave it to Maharaj in that moment. From an outsider looking at that, a third party would say, you lost everything. And he did. But what did he gain? He gained everything. He gained Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And that's all Sikhi is about. So, in this game that we're all playing, these aren't like far away characters, by the way. Please don't think that Raja Shivnabh was like, oh, some old person that's just gone now. They're playing the same game that me and you are playing right now. Whether we like it or not, we're part of this life, and this is the game we're playing. So, we're all ready to win, right? Well, I expect we are. We're all ready to win. We all want to win this game, but how many of us are willing to lose? That's the difference. So then we go on to say, He Akal Purukh, apne panth de sada sahai datar jiyo. That, O WhyGuruji, you are the eternal helper, and you're the giver of your own panth. This is yours, WhyGuruji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, they say, Jab lag Khalsa rahe niyara. When my Khalsa stay true, when they walk this path of humility, tab lag teja kiyo mein sara, then I'll give them my full support. They'll have all my power, Guru Maharaj says themselves. Now we say, Maharaj, you're protecting us. WhyGuruji is protecting us at this point in the Ardaas, right? And sometimes a doubt can come into our mind like, are we really protected? Now, if anyone wanted proof that WhyGuru Ji themselves is protecting us, then all you've got to do is look around, Sangat Ji. Look around you. The fact that we're here, actually, you know what? Let me start again. In this whole Ardaas, from start to finish, we've heard about our gurus being placed on hot plates, right? Having hot sand poured over them. Sikhs that were massacred, Sikhs that were sawn in half, right? So much effort has gone into wiping us out. I actually can't think of anything that someone hasn't done to destroy Sikhi. I can't. If we told the story of the Ardaas to someone, an armed banda that didn't know about Sikhi, they'll be like, how? How are you guys still alive? All this effort's gone in, all these numbers were against you. So much power has gone into wiping you out, destroying you from the inside and from the outside. And you're still here. How? How have you managed it? And we'll just say, He Akal Purkh, apne panth te sada sahai datar jiyo, this is your panth. WhyGuru Ji ka Khalsa. This Khalsa belongs to God themselves. And the fact that me and you, all of us right here, right now, are still alive and are still walking this path of Sikhi, that is WhyGuru Ji ki fateh. That is a fateh, that is a victory in itself. So then we go on to say, Sri Nankana Sahib de hor gurdwariyan de gurtaman de. So here we're talking about Sri Nankana Sahib. Sri Nankana Sahib is the place in nowadays Pakistan where Guru Nanak Dev Ji were Prakash, where they came onto this earth. The Hur Gurdwara Kurtamande, so talking about the Gurdwara and the places of the Gurus, Jina to Panth nu vichorya gaya hai, from which the Panth has been separated. So separated, a good example of this is when Pakistan was formed, a lot of our Gurdwara were on the other side of the border. Right? So a lot of asthans fell into different hands, not the Khalsas. Khulle darshan didar te sewa sambhal dadan. Give us the blessing of unobstructed visits. We want to be able to get to our Gurdwara. And we want to manage them ourselves. Khalsa ji nu baksho. Give it to the Khalsa. Let the Khalsa be sovereign. This part of the Ardaas is all about sovereignty. Right? We answer to no one but God. That's it. Simple. In 1921, excuse me, someone called Narayan-das, I won't go into the full Sakhi because it's already been told during the course, so I'll just touch upon it. Someone called Narayan-das was actually in charge of Sri Nankana Sahib. Right? For us as Sikhs, it's like the birthplace of Sikhi. That's where it all started, where Guru Nanak Dev Ji came onto this earth. So Narayan-das took control of it and he committed several crimes that I won't go into detail, but they were horrific. It's a bit like, imagine going home tonight, Sangat Ji, and someone's sitting on your couch, and they're like, yeah, this is my home now. What were you going to do? I know what I would do, right? This is what it's like. For the Khalsa to lose control of the Gurdwara, we're losing control of our own home. Now, at Sri Nankana Sahib, there's this tree in the actual Gurdwara complex. So what happened was, about 266 got together, and their leader was someone called Bhai Lakshman Singh. Excuse me. Bhai Lakshman Singh was their leader, and he went to actually get control back from Narayan-das. Now, all of those Sikhs were massacred by Narayan-das and his men, all of them. The leader, Bhai Lakshman Singh, he had already been shot. While he's still alive, they hung him from this tree upside down, and they built a massive fire underneath him. So not only was he kept upside down, but he was actually burnt alive. Right? A really horrific, painful way to die. What happened then was, someone called Bhai Kartar Singh arrived at Lahore. They arrived on the borders of Lahore with 2,200 Sikhs, everyone armed, guns, swords, you name it. They were on their way to Nankana Sahib. The commissioner of Lahore intercepts them. He says to Bhai Kartar Singh, if you come into Lahore, like there's going to be war. You've brought 2,200 people with you, right? I can't have this. He says, if you step foot into Lahore, I'll get the army myself to gun you guys down. There's no way I'm going to let you in Lahore. Bhai Kartar Singh says, fine, you can gun us down. No matter what is in our way, we're reaching Nankana Sahib. Do what you want. Try what you want. Bring your biggest army. No matter what, we're going to make it to Nankana Sahib, especially now this massacre has happened. The commissioner realizes there's no stopping the Sikhs now. So he actually goes ahead of them and he actually arrests Narayan Das himself. He arrests him and his men and he actually puts them to death. So this is the massacre of Sri Nankana Sahib. So these are the sort of things that, I mean, even though it happened 100 years ago, it hurts us still. If anyone's ever been to Sri Nankana, has anyone actually been? Can I just have a show of hands just to get a feel? A couple here. Anyone here sings? 1, 2, 3? Yeah, okay, cool. So a few of you. When you see this, it brings it all to life. It's like, wow, this is the tree. And it, honestly, for me, it made me feel a bit sick, to be honest, to know that that happened at that place. So this is why we say, Kulle darshan didar de sewa sambaladan. Give us kulle darshan, let us always have access. And let the Khalsa always have access. Excuse me. So, considering that only about 5% of you have been to Sri Nankana Sahib, and considering that darshan of Sri Nankana Sahib is so important to us, I thought I'd give you guys a little virtual tour. So, get ready, Satsangaji. This is your virtual tour of Sri Nankana Sahib. This is the Gurdwara itself. In the middle, just below that sign, you've got a pair of very heavy metal-plated doors. And in those doors, you've got all these beautiful details like this of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And it's so beautiful. You see things like this dotted in and around the Gurdwara. And some of them are quite hidden, but they're so beautiful. So much detail. Now, when you go through those doors, you get to quite a long walkway. Excuse me. Sorry about the cough, guys. It's annoying me just as much as it's annoying you. So you get to a long walkway, and then you get into like a foyer, like a lobby bit. You're not in the actual Gurdwara building itself. So I've just got a video here. Hopefully it plays. So the beige marble in the background, that's the actual Gurdwara building itself. So if you come out of here and go to the left, there's an entrance that you can go into. And when you go in, another video, this is what it's like. WhyGuru. So there you have it. Darshan, done, ticked. But no, seriously, it is amazing. It's a really amazing place, so please do go. This is a picture. This picture is of the Nagar Kirtan that takes place in Sri Nankana Sahib. Now, does anything stand out to you guys about this picture? Anything stand out? If no one answers, then Mehima Kaur is going to tell us what stands out about this picture. So we'll give it another couple of seconds while she scans everything. Any ideas from anyone before we go to Mehima Kaur? Anything stand out? Hanji Hukum Singh. Red carpet, yes, 10 points, he saved you. Red carpet, you were going to say that, right? No, you weren't. Right, red carpet. The story of this red carpet is incredible. There's a Muslim businessman. He goes everywhere and he's not getting what he wants. He comes to Sri Nankana Sahib and does an Ardaas to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. His Ardaas comes true, and it must have been big. Unfortunately, I haven't yet found out what his Ardaas is for. I don't think it's like common knowledge. But whatever it is, it must have been big. Because this Muslim businessman says, I'm so happy my Ardaas came true, whatever it was. Now, from now on until I die, every year, I'm going to lay this red carpet right from one side of Nankana Sahib. This goes on for ages, right to the other side of Nankana Sahib. A red carpet for Guru Granth Sahib Ji. That Maharaj won't go on the roads. Even though they're in a vehicle, that vehicle must go on a red carpet as well. The cost of this red carpet in pounds is £22,000. £22,000 on this red carpet. Now you would think by spending that much money on something that you'd protect it after, right? I'll be rolling it up after the Nagar Kirtan saying I need it back, right? He leaves it there. People come, they cut it up, take pieces home. They use it for whatever they need. They burn some of it. He goes, yeah, take it, because next year I'm going to spend another 22,000 on a fresh red carpet just for Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Just because my Ardaas came true. How amazing is that? This is a Muslim. You know, sometimes we fall into the trap of thinking, oh, I speak to Maharaj, but they don't really speak to me. They're not listening, my Ardaas isn't being heard. Fair enough, the answer to our Ardaas might not come when we want it to. It might not be what we want it to be. But if Maharaj can listen to a Muslim, right, surely they're going to listen to us. Okay, so don't ever have that doubt. These things are real. The next part of the Ardaas is linked to Guru Amardas Ji, our third Guru. Now before they were Guru, their name was Baba Amardas Ji. Excuse me. So Baba Amardas Ji, they used to carry out a very important sewa for their Guru, Guru Angad Dev Ji, our second Guru. So they'd carry this gagar, this pot of water on their head, and they'd go all the way to the river, fill it up, and then they'd come all the way back. It's quite a long distance, can't remember exactly what it was, but a very long way, especially in those days with all jungles and stuff. But he'd do it walking backwards so that his back would never go to his Guru, to Guru Angad Dev Ji. So he'd walk backwards, facing Maharaj, collect the water. He'd walk facing forward, collecting the water, and then walk backwards. And as he's walking backwards one day, he falls over. He trips. He falls over in front of someone's house. And all the noise, all the commotion makes them come outside. Now, luckily for Baba Amardas Ji, they managed to save the gagar of water, right? So the water's still in there. But this husband and wife come out, and the wife says, oh, it's just that Nithava. Nithava is someone who hasn't got a place, doesn't belong to anywhere. It's just that Nithava, Baba Amardas Ji. Don't worry, let's go back inside. Now, Baba Amardas Ji, they were really offended, not because it was said about them, but because of what it meant to Guru Angad Dev Ji. He said, hey Kamaliye, oh you mad woman, don't you know I'm a Sikh of Guru Angad Dev Ji? By calling me a Nithava, you're basically saying my Guru's nothing. Like, how dare you say that? And because they were Baba Amardas Ji, when they said, hey Kamaliye, she actually went, Kamali, she went mad, this woman. Right? Lost her mind completely. So Baba Amardas Ji makes it back with his gagar of water to his Guru. And everyone realizes that, wow, after all these years, Baba Amardas Ji is late. They're late coming back with their gagar of water. On the other side, this husband and wife have come to Guru Angad Dev Ji to basically grass him up and say, look what he's done to my wife. Right, she's gone mad, she's gone berserk, all because of this guy here. And Guru Angad Dev Ji listens to everything. They bless the wife, make her normal again, and then they start blessing Baba Amardas Ji. And Baba Amardas Ji's like, why, Guru Maharaj, why are you blessing me now? On the day I was late, why are you blessing me now? All these years I was on time, the one day I'm late, you're starting to bless me, why? And he goes, because I was waiting for you to fall. So what Guru Angad Dev Ji said to Baba Amardas Ji, he said, I was waiting for you to make that mistake so I can bless you. And he blessed Baba Amardas Ji by saying, He Namaniya de Man, O honor of the meek. Nitaniya de Tan, the power of those who are helpless. Niodiyan de Ord, the shelter of those who have none. Now, people have called Baba Amardas Ji a Nigura, someone who has no Guru, a Nithava, someone who doesn't even belong anywhere. All these names Baba Amardas Ji has been called, they're the people that Baba Amardas Ji is going to go on to protect. This is what Guru Angad Dev Ji said. And that's exactly what Guru Amardas Ji went on to do. Because they took in a young boy from Lahore by Jetta Ji. A young boy whose parents died at such a young age. They had no shelter. They were helpless. They were meek. Even their own family, imagine, even their own family shut their door on a child to say that I don't want these children here. Go somewhere else. Guru Amardas Ji took in this child and took the lowest of the low and turned them into the highest of the high. This child went on to become our fourth Guru, Guru Ramdas Ji. Right? So in effect, we actually descend from an orphan. Right? Now this orphan went on to find his true father, lost his father, the biological father, went on to find his real father, Sache Pita WhyGuru. So now in the Ardaas we say, Aap de Hazur, ... the Ardaas hai ji. So this is where the Ardaas gets personal. So we say, in your presence, Maharaj, this is what the Ardaas is for. Normally Sikhs will say, Siri Re Rasaji the Ardaas, right? Or whatever the part is, or whatever they want, whatever they're happy about, whatever they're grateful for, whatever that conversation is, this is the time to have it in the Ardaas. So I thought I'd give you guys an example of someone who had such a beautiful, special, like personal relationship with their Guru, because that's what this is all about. Now this person's name was Bhai Nanuaji. Bhai Nanuaji was an amazing poet at the time of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And so you've got to think, Bhai Nanuaji, they spent time with Guru Gobind Singh Ji in the flesh. Right? They spoke with Maharaj. So when we read the writings of these Guru Sikhs, it gives us an insight into what that experience was like for them, right? It actually boosts us. So it's really important we read things like this. So in Bhai Nanuaji's poem, in one of his poems, he starts off by saying, Mera tera nadar na aave. That I can't see where I end and you begin. I can't see where I end and you begin. Remember before how we were saying the ego is separating us from realizing who we truly are? This is a Sikh who's now surpassing that. They're going beyond the ego. And it sounds very much like Bhai Ganeyaji. Bhai Ganeyaji gave water and aid to injured soldiers of both sides of the army after battle, right? Now what's interesting is, Bhai Nanuaji is Bhai Ganeyaji's Ustadji. He was their teacher. So it's interesting to see the teacher have this quality of, I can't see me or you, WhyGuruji. I can only see just you in everyone. I can just see WhyGuru, no labels. That's the teacher. And their student, Bhai Ganeyaji, had exactly the same thinking. Right? Such a beautiful relationship between these Guru Sikhs. Then they go on to say, Bhai Prem Gubari Vo. I found myself in a storm of love. Think about a storm. You never get a calm storm. There's no such thing. You know, storms, they're intense. There's wind, there's rain, thunder, lightning. It's so intense. Bhai Nanuaji saying, Maharaj, I love you so much, it's like this storm inside me. It's so intense. They go on to say, Ardaas Sahib, Karavich Milia. That the Lord of my heart, the Master of my heart, where did I find them? In my heart. That's where they were. And what's interesting here is, excuse me, Guru Gobind Singh Ji in their Bani, they say, Jina prem kiyo tine hi prabhu payo. That those who love are going to find WhyGuru Ji. So that's Guruji's teaching. Go through love. Now we've got the Guru Sikhs experience that through love, they met WhyGuru Ji. Right? So you've got the teaching and the student who's actually implemented that teaching. Excuse me. Nanua vari vari vo. I'll die for my Guru over and over again. Vari vari. Not just once, over and over again. Bhai Nanuaji didn't just say these words. They lived up to these words as well. They actually gave their life in the Battle of Jamgor for Guru Maharaj. So not only did they live for that love, but they died for it too. So if you can imagine, the soldiers that went into battle at the Battle of Jamgor, it was a couple versus over 1 million at any one time. So you can imagine how they rode into that battle. Right? There's so much itihas on this. Those soldiers rode in, moving with their bandra from left to right. Here, there, the enemy couldn't get close. They were hacking people down, chopping off limbs, putting people into two. So that storm that Bhai Nanuaji is talking about in his poem, he's now bringing that storm onto the battlefield. Not only did he live by those words, but he died by them as well. These weren't just empty words, him saying, I'll be a sacrifice to you, Maharaj. He actually lived upon these words. That was the relationship just between Bhai Nanuaji and Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So here in the Ardaas we say, Akarvada Karta Poluchuk Maaf Karni. That please pardon all of our errors, all of our shortcomings. Now, a Sikh doesn't check whether they've said anything wrong or not to avoid saying this. Even if what we said in our Ardaas is perfect, we still say this. Sikhana mana niva. That no matter what, no matter how perfect my Sirirera Sai might have been, Maharaj, Akarvada Karta Poluchuk Maaf Karni. Please forgive me. I've made mistakes, definitely. This is the mindset of a Sikh. So now we get to Sarabate Karaj Ras Karne. So kindly fulfill the works of everyone. It's so important, this mindset for a Sikh, that thinking about everyone actually comes up twice in this last part of the Ardaas. So if we think about, Sikhi in the Banth, let's just take this country in the last 10, maybe 20 years. It's changed a lot. A lot. We might not realize it, but if you reflect, Sikhi has changed so much. All right, we've got Santhya classes where people can actually learn to read Gurbani up and down the country, or online as well. We've got Gurbani translated into different languages now. Right, it's more accessible. We've got camps of all different types. Kirtan is an exam that students can take now to earn UCAS points and get into uni. Right, that's such a huge win for us as a Banth, all of us. There's Vidyalas, where we teach each other and we actually produce sevadars that are going on to do seva. There's a lot of youth-led seva as well. I can't say too much about the youth, otherwise they'll accuse me of gassing them up, you see. We've even got like dodgeball tournaments, man. Come on, how cool is that? Like this, for me, I think this is a really cool time to be a Sikh, to be alive. Because there's so much change. That we're so different from what we were 30, 40 years ago. It's moved so quickly, and that change, the Banth at the moment, for me, it's a bit like a train. If you imagine this train is picking up pace, day by day, going faster and faster, and it's actually, if we can call it this platform of like hatred and jealousy, it's actually leaving that. A lot of people are getting together now and doing seva together. Now, the people that stay on the platform of hatred and jealousy, of tearing each other down, who does he think he is, who does she think he is, they'll spend their whole life just pointing at that train. The train's going off, having its own adventure. They won't move themselves, but they'll point and laugh at people who are trying to make something happen. They're the people that stay in that hatred and jealousy, the people that get on the train, the people that support each other, that, okay, fair enough, we might not see eye to eye 100%. All right, fine. Maybe the seva you're doing is different to what I'm doing. Maybe the label of your organization is different to the label of my organization. So what? Who cares? Who cares? Honestly, who cares? There's so much happening right now. It's exciting, right? So much is getting done. So really, we can either get on board with this, Sarbat Deka Harajaras Karne, or we can stay on that platform that our generations before us have stayed on, and it's held them back. So really, that choice is ours. Now we're finishing off, we say, Sei Biarimel, kindly, it's funny, when I cough, everyone else coughs. Right, Sei Biarimel, kindly cause us to meet those true devotees who, Jina Miliantera Nam Chite Ave. That by meeting which we actually remember our Guru, we remember WhyGuru, we meditate. So a quick litmus test on whether people you're hanging around with are good or not good. Do they make you remember your Guru? Do they bring you closer to Sikhi? Nice simple test. So we come into the end, and you know what, for this last line, Sangji, let's all say this together, right? So we all know it. Nanak naam jardi kala tere pane sarabatata pala. Meaning that Nanak naam jardi kala. So, O Guru Nanak Dev Ji, through your naam, through meditation, we become exalted. Our thinking, our mat becomes uchi, and our man becomes niva. See, all of this ties in. And Nam is like the secret ingredient, the common denominator under all of it. It's meditation. Tere pane sarabatda pala. So our last thought of the Ardaas, this Ardaas that's done countless times throughout the day by many people around the world, the last thought is for everyone, all of us. So whether we do an Ardaas or not, I don't know how many thousands, millions of people have already thought of us. So we're coming to the end of the talk, and before I go into this next bit, I need you all to do me a favor. I need you all to turn and face Maharaj. So no eyes on me. Ripon, do you want to turn in the camera as well? Sorry to be a pain. So everyone just turn and face your Guru. WhyGuru. So, Sanghaji, everyone mentioned in the Ardaas had one thing in common. The Gurus themselves, the Guru Sikhs, everyone, all of them had one thing in common, and that was their relationship with their Guru. All of them had it. Even the Gurus had a relationship with their Guru, like we heard about today. So your Ardaas is based on your relationship with your Guru. Now your Guru doesn't care about your past, your Guru doesn't care about how much into Sikhi you are or not. They don't care, they're not here to judge you. Your Guru loves you. So what will you say in your Ardaas? What conversation are you going to have with your Guru? What's that thing inside your heart, Sangatji? What's that thing? What is it that maybe no one else knows? Maybe you're willing to give up everything just like Raja Shivnabh. Maybe you're in a storm of love like by Nanuaji. Whatever's inside you right now, just know that you can speak to your Guru and say it. You don't even have to use words. Speak to your Guru and they'll speak to you in ways that only you understand. Sangaji, every relationship we have is temporary. Every single one, be it friends or family, no matter how close they are, they're all temporary. The only relationship that's permanent is this one with your Guru. So establish that relationship. Establish that relationship with Maharaj. Establish it and guard it, protect it. And guard it with your life, because at the end of the day, Sangaji, this is the only relationship that matters. Sangaji, let's say the last line of the Ardaas together again. Nanak naam jardi kala tere pane sarbatata pala bole sonehal. WhyGuru ji ka Khalsa, WhyGuru ji ki fateh. Thank you so much, Satsangaji. We've come to the end of the talk. Has anyone got any questions or vichar of their own? Anything they want to say? Any negative feedback? Now's your time. Now's your chance. Hanji. Exactly that. So, what was said here, if anyone didn't hear, is that Sarbatta Bala really, it's not just about us as Sikhs. It's about the whole world. It's about everyone. And that stood out to me. I was blessed to go to Sri Nankana Sahib last month, and that was the overriding message that I got. That these labels that we put on ourselves, be it religion, someone who's religious or not religious, rich, poor, whatever it is, whatever jatha someone might be part of, it actually don't matter. Out in Pakistan, they don't care. They just want to serve you. And it was weird because I felt like non-Sikhs had more of a Sarbat Tapala thinking of everyone than the Sikhs in the Band. We're too worried about the groups we belong to, what Qurban someone's wearing, like little things like that. They don't care. So yeah, a great point. Sarbat Tapala really does mean thinking about everyone, the whole world. Anyone else? No? Okie doke. Satsang ji, thank you all so much. One last time, let's say Fateh ji, WhyGuru ji ka Khalsa, WhyGuru ji ki Fateh.
WhyGuru ji ka Khalsa, WhyGuru ji ki Fateh. So a big thank you to Manpreet Singh ji for delivering another great talk. And that brings us to the end of the Ardaas course. So a big thank you to all the Sangat, those that are here in person and those that have been watching on the live stream as well for the past year. Started this course at the start of the year, finished 2 courses now. Last year was Japji Sahib, this year was the Ardaas. So we're very blessed to have so many speakers come in and do the sewa. Whether that's Manpreet Singh, Meharinder Singh, Hukum Singh, Gurveen Kaur. I'm going to forget people's names, so I'm going to get in trouble. But there was many other people, Simon Kaur as well. Actually, kill me when I get home. Right, who else was there? There's Man Singh, Amarpreet Singh, Mani came down. Maybe 1 or 2 other people as well. Haji? Amandeep Singh, East London. And not forgetting the Kirtanis as well. By Arjun Singh. Ripon Singh, main man, jumped on the Vajja as well, which was nice as well. Penji as well, Harleen Kaur for doing the seva. And everybody else that got involved, Memma Kaur as well, where you were there, you hiding there, didn't answer my priest's question on the red carpet. I thought it was the kid. I thought it was one of the kids is a Muslim. I thought that's what it was. You know, I was wearing a topi, but I didn't realize. Jealous, I messed that up. But yeah, so thank you to all the Sewadars, even the people in the background, just Reed Kaur for coming and setting up. Bibia, who were doing Amandeep Kaur, doing Chor Sahib the Seva all the time. Jagjit Kaur, so on, Singhs as well. They're lugged in the Seva. So a big thank you. And that brings us to the end of this year. Next week is a break because I think a lot of us are going to be at camp. We've got other seva up north, so I don't think there's anything on next week. The week after the 29th, we might have a program. There might be just Gatha by Gurveen Kaur. And in the new year, it's a bit up in the air what's going to happen. There's a potential of doing another course. There were suggestions of maybe doing something monthly, maybe based upon a theme, whether that is like a Purab, whether we do a Slok Mahalla Nava course, going through Guru Tegh Bahadurji's Bani, but doing it over 12 weeks. So it's kind of up in the air what's going to happen next year in terms of what pay. Downstairs, we're potentially looking to do a Katha Guru Tegh Bahadurji Jeevani, but again, these things are still to be confirmed, but you'll find out via social media. So again, thank you to everybody. If you have any suggestions, please do speak to the Sewadars. Otherwise, I'll pass it over to the Kirtanis to do some Kirtan till Sukhasan, Guru Sahib goes to Sachkhand. We'll do an Ardaas before we finish as well. Just an Ardaas to say thank you for, blessing us to go through this course. And look, you can go back and watch the course, and that idea of Ardaas, that thing that we take for granted so much, let's definitely try and implement it into our lives, that relationship between us and Guru Sahib. And the speakers dropped some great gems throughout the year in terms of what is an Ardaas, a different relationship we may have in Ardaas as well. So thank you so much to everybody. Thank you for the speakers. I'll pass over to the Kirtanis. Thank you again. WhyGuru ji ka Khalsa, WhyGuru ji ki Fateh.
तुद आगे अरदास हमारी, जियो पिंड सब तेरा। कहो नानक सब तेरी वड्याई, कोई नाओ न जाने मेरा, कोई नाओ न जाने मेरा। शब्द सवारी आस, शब्द सवारी आस, अमृत पीवे अमृत पीवे शब्द सवारी आस, शब्द सवारी आस, अमृत पीवे अमृत पीवे। दिन नावे त्रिगवास, बिन नावे त्रिगवास, बिन नावे त्रिगवास, बिन नावे फिट सो जीवया, फिट सो जीवया, शब्द सवारी आस, शब्द सवारी आस, अमृत पीवया 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 नारी पुरख प्यार प्रेम सिगारिया नारी पुरख प्यार प्रेम सिगारिया करन भगत दिन रात ना रहनी वारिया करन भगत दिन रात ना रहनी वारिया महला मंज निवास शब्द सिवारिया महला मंज निवास शब्द सवारिया ਸੱਚ ਕਹਿਨ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਸੇ ਵਿਚਾਰਿਆ 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 ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਜੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰੀ ਆਸ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰੀ ਆਸ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਤਿੰਨ ਨਾਵੈ ਤ੍ਰਿਗਵਾਸ ਫਿਟ ਸੋ ਜੀਵਿਆ ਤਿੰਨ ਨਾਵੈ ਤ੍ਰਿਗਵਾਸ ਫਿਟ ਸੋ ਜੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ
ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ
ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਪੀਵਿਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੀਵਿਆ
ਸੋਹਨ ਖਸਮੈ ਪਾਸ ਸੋਹਨ ਹੁਕਮ ਸਦਾਰਿਆ ਹੁਕਮ ਸਦਾਰਿਆ ਸਖੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਮਨੋ ਪਿਆਰਿਆ ਸਖੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਮਨੋ ਸਖੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਮਨੋ ਪਿਆਰਿਆ ਮਨੋ ਪਿਆਰਿਆ ਸਖੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਸਖੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਸਿਮਰੋ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਨ ਅੰਤਰ ਕੀ ਉਤਰੈ ਚਿੰਦ ਮਨ ਅੰਤਰ ਕੀ ਉਤਰੈ ਚਿੰਦ ਆਸ ਅਨਿਤ ਤਿਆਗੋ ਤਰੰਗ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਕੀ ਤੂਰ ਮਨ ਮੰਗ ਆਪ ਛੋੜ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਆਪ ਛੋੜ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਸਖੀ ਕਹਿਨ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਮਨੋਂ ਪਿਆਰੀਆਂ ਸਖੀ ਕਹਿਨ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਮਨੋਂ ਪਿਆਰੀਆਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਆਪ ਛੋੜ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਆਪ ਛੋੜ ਆਪ ਛੋੜ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗ ਅਗਨ ਸਾਗਰ ਤਰੋ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗ ਅਗਨ ਸਾਗਰ ਤਰੋ ਹਰ ਤਨ ਕੇ ਪਰ ਲੈਹੋ ਭੰਡਾਰ ਹਰ ਤਨ ਕੇ ਪਰ ਲੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਸਿਮਰ ਕੈ ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਵਤੀ ਸਿਮਰ ਕੈ ਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਗਤ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਰੇ ਅੰਗਤ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਹੋਈ ਸਹਾਏ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਹੋਈ ਸਹਾਏ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਹੋਈ ਸਹਾਏ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਹੋਈ ਸਹਾਏ ਅਰਜਨ ਹਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨੋ ਅਰਜਨ ਹਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨੋ ਸਿਮਰੋ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਏ ਸਿਮਰੋ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਏ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਈਐ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਈਐ ਜਿਸ ਡੇਠੈ ਸਭ ਦੁੱਖ ਜਾਏ ਜਿਸ ਡੇਠੈ ਜਿਸ ਡੇਠੈ ਸਭ ਦੁੱਖ ਜਾਏ ਜਿਸ ਡੇਠੈ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਦਾਸ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਦਾਸ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਤੁਮਰੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਤੁਮਰੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਤੇ ਦੋਖਨ ਕੋ ਨਾਸ ਦੋਖਨ ਕੋ ਨਾਸ ਦੋਖਨ ਕੋ ਨਾਸ ਦੋਖਨ ਕੋ ਨਾਸ ਦਾਸ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਦਾਸ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਰਿਤ ਕਰ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਕਾ ਆਸਰਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਪੁਰਖ ਗੁਣਤਾਸ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਰਹੋ ਜਬ ਲਗ ਘਟ ਸਾਸ ਮਾਤ ਪਿਤਾ ਬੰਧਪ ਤੂੰ ਹੈ ਤੂੰ ਸਰਬ ਨਿਵਾਸ ਨਾਨਕ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਰਨਾਗਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੋ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਜਾਸ ਜਾ ਕੋ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਜਾਸ ਲੋਕ ਪਵਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਤਾ ਮਾਤਾ ਧਰਤ ਮਹਾਤ ਦਿਵਸ ਰਾਤ ਦੋਇ ਦਾਈ ਦਾਇਆ ਖੇਲੈ ਸਗਲ ਜਗਤ ਚੰਗਿਆਇਆ ਪੁਰਿਆਇਆ ਵਾਜੈ ਧਰਮ ਹਦੂਰ ਕਰਮੀ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਕੇ ਦੂਰ ਜਿਨੀ ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ ਕਹਿ ਮਸਕਤ ਕਾਲ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਛੁਟੇ ਨਾ ਜੋ ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਬੁਲਾਵੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਰੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਦ ਘਾਟ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, ਸਦਾ ਅੰਗ ਸੰਗ ਹੋਣ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, ਸਾਰੇ ਕਾਰਜ